I get criticized for my weight, but I wouldn't want to call myself a plus size blogger. Tu aisa hai, tu waisa hai. All right, this is increasing my engagement rate. Riz. Being sweet, being.
Flirting skills.
Just have that consistency is what I feel. I've written to 40 brands, out of which only 4 responded. I found my ikigai in content.
Yo, welcome to No Cap, the podcast where we talk about the stuff nobody tells you about careers, content, business, money, and building a life that actually feels like yours. Hi, I'm Ria, and every episode we are getting into a real tea. Grab your coffee, your headphones, or pretend you're working while you're actually watching this. This is No Cap. Let's go. Alright, let's get to the main character of today's episode. This week, guest has built a whole brand around content creation, digital marketing, and showing that you really can turn your passion into your paycheck. From creating a content that actually connects to building a community that vibes with her journey. She's been making moves, and today she's spilling all the tea. Give it up for Laxmi Shenoy.
Hi everyone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Laxmi Shenoy. I've worn many caps and I've always been in Mangalore for a very long time. So I've been a lecturer, I've been a marketer, I've handled brands, their launches, and now I wear a new hat of a content creator.
So, before we get into this, how did you come to this journey or whatever? People mostly get very wrong about content creators. So, what do you think about it?
I get criticized on my own comments on, when I meet people or even on these apps where educated, faceless, nameless people criticize me. So it's always there. But, for every criticism, I think I've received hundreds of good messages of, appreciations and things like that. So they write about how cringe the content is and how, also I get criticized for my weight, for my the kind of content I do, and also because they also have this thing that okay, it's free food, and we kind of only appreciate all the time, and there are a lot of factors that.
But how do you deal with the bad comments?
Okay, I've gone through phases, I think, in this. So earlier I would sit and go to the account and I would see their account and I would like, tu aisa hai, tu waisa hai, and all those
Or
things.
you should reply back.
Oh, yes, yes. When I've started realizing, all right, this is increasing my engagement rate. All right. So you are somewhere jobless, sitting somewhere out there without even having the courage to put your own DP as a photograph. And I'm here, full flesh and blood, doing content, right on your face. All right. And you are sitting somewhere and commenting all these things. So it's, you're just increasing my engagement rate. So rather than, sitting somewhere on some nameless app, why don't you come and increase my engagement rate right on my profile?
So, when did you realize, oh, I can build this career forward? Was it something like when you were eating midnight at 2 a.m.?
Oh no, it didn't come like that. It came, it didn't, it wasn't even all of a sudden. But sometimes you hit rock bottom in your life, like personally, emotionally, and everything comes on probably at the same time. And that's when, what decision you make is what defines you, is what I feel. So that was one moment where, one personal rejection, a brand rejection, sort of a thing that kind of motivated me to do something on my own. So I'm like, I've had at least 15 years of experience of doing, branding. So why not do it for myself? So that's when I invested in myself.
When did you move to the content creation journey without struggling financially?
Okay, finance was not my primary concern. My primary concern was doing something I love, something that I wake up for. I wake up to every morning, and that was something I was looking for, some kind of a mojo, something sort of a ikigai, I would say. That's what my bio also reads. I say, I found my ikigai in content. I think, I found my mojo there. So money does follow over a point of time, over a period of time, but it's not the initial thing that I looked for.
What do you think? Like, content creation is your whole part of your life, or is it just a passing phase?
It started as a side hustle. It started as something out of, all right, I need to prove myself something. Because sometimes, what we expect others, we look for external validation, but we don't look it internally. So I said, I want to be happy first, and that I think is reflecting on my content.
So, if a student wants to get into a content creation, do you think they have to pursue some degree or course, stream, or any skills? What would you recommend?
Okay, for me, degree I think is utmost important because that should be your backup plan. because education never fails you, come what may, because there are so many apps that we know, like TikTok and many others, that went high and then suddenly they stopped, and then, a lot of people went out of sight altogether. So always have a backup plan. So education is something that you mustn't ignore. But yeah, kind of pursue your passion, because I see a lot of youngsters, especially the Gen Z, I see all being passionate about so many things. Just have that consistency is what I feel.
These days, these Gen Zs have started a lot different in career. They have started their own paths and everything, like maybe daily vlogging, eating food, or anywhere they go, get ready with us and everything. So, what do you think about it?
I think they're going great. It's a great start for this thing. But only thing that is important, like I said earlier, is the consistency. You do it every single day, no matter who criticizes you, no matter what, whether you're getting money today or not. One thing that shouldn't stop you is your grit and your going.
Someone watching this wants to start a content creation journey, but they're very scared and broke right now. So, what the first thing they have to do it?
Okay, broke is not even a question. So I remember while going to Goa for the first time, I had just started blogging. Can you believe I've written to 40 brands? I've written to 40 brands, out of which only 4 responded. But I was glad at least 4 responded, and they saw kind of a potential in me, and that's how I had a brand association. And right now, when I write to most of the brands, when I go to Bangalore and all that, there's not a single brand that says a no to me. So that's a change, and this has all happened within only 6 months.
Oh.
Yes. So it doesn't take, now everyone's on Instagram, everyone has a phone, iPhone, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like you can go broke. Just do content that you feel right, that you feel alive, that has your mojo in it.
How do you actually decide your content creation? Because these days everyone are just doing all the contents everywhere, anywhere. So
Right.
how do you decide that okay, you want to do this at this moment? Like,
Okay,
do
that's
you
it.
follow the trend or trends follow you? How's it?
Okay, I think it's both ways. Because there are certain clients also who get in touch with me and they give me a referral, they give me a hook and things like that. So I follow that. And suddenly, if there's an open option given to me, I kind of do my own. And there are also like certain trends that we follow. Like for example, in Tulu, I remember doing. There's a guy called I am Batu. So he's very famous for Kush under content. So getting a very good reach. So I've imbibed a little bit of that, in my content as well. But it's a passing phase. It's not like I'm going to be constant with that. With every evolving change.
These days, do you love eating food or do you love working? So how do you balance it?
Okay. I've always been a foodie. Like I've traveled like kilometers together, like days together just to try something out that, is amazing. So I'm that kind of a foodie since birth, because I don't know, at home and, there was an environment that was around food. So yes, even for me, restaurants, it's more about passion. It's about, what new they've done. Because in some of the restaurants, it's the same thing, but they have a novel way of presenting it or doing it. So for me, it's more about passion.
When was the first time you started making money out of this? So was it enough to pay your bills or is what was it just side hustle?
I would say something that started as a side hustle became my main thing. Yes. So yes, initially it was not. It was somewhat I invested in myself. I've spent on camera guys, and I've made payments to them to come and do my content. And right now I'm doing much more than that.
So how many different ways you're making money at? Is it just content creation, brand deals, or do you have something else?
Oh no, I definitely have multiple pocket borrows for money, because just having only one thing will not suffice.
Yeah.
And because there's also like, it's not just I'm making money, I'm also putting money. Someone will send me a sari, but I'll have to stitch a blouse. Someone will send me something, but I'll have to buy the byproduct, and it doesn't look good in case I wear some sari, blouse and all those things. So it's not like, it's a entire thing is what do I say? It's a rolling thing. So
So it's you have to balance accordingly. It's not just getting money, you have to also spend a
spend it.
little to make
Yes.
even more.
Yes.
People often think that more followers make more money. So what do you think about it?
But yes, that is one of the factors where brands look for. They look for your followers. They look for genuine content. They look for your engagement rate. They look for your viewership and things like that. Yes, that makes a difference.
And have you ever posted something that then you looked after it again and you're like, oh, what was I even doing? And does it still exist in the internet?
Oh, yes. That was the first thing that I said, where it changed my entire outlook. I did a content for a brand. Okay, I was in the back end. I do not know why still I went in the front end and did a reel for them. I posted it and the brand did not approve of it. So it is still there. for me, it will be a memory. I could have deleted it, I could have archived it, but I still not to, because for me that first post is a reminder for me
So, like,
not to give up.
how long back this was?
This is when I started, for about 7, 8 months.
In the beginning.
Yes.
So, if you have to give a piece of advice to all the students out there watching, what it would be?
Be yourself, because right now the world is moving towards something that's very candid, that's something very raw, something that's very real. So I am the way I am. So I do not want any kind of pretense, because there are a lot of people who change their voice and they'll be like, that's happening, all right, and we can speak in any kind of tone and all that, but be yourself, because that's going to reach a lot of people. There are a lot of people who will get inspired by that, and that's what's happening to me. A lot of women write to me how I've inspired them, their journey, help them come out and wear certain clothes which they weren't wearing just because they were on the fatter side and things like that. But I wouldn't want to call myself a plus size blogger, because I do not want to categorize myself as that. I just want to call myself a content creator.
So, do you think the younger Laxmi Shenoy is proud of it, what you are now?
Yes, I've always been.
So, all right, that was an amazing talk. So, let's come out of the serious talk and we have some audience rapid fire. So, are you ready for it?
Yes, yes, please bring it on.
Should I quit college to pursue content creation?
Never, never. College is very important. Your education is very important, because that's something that will stay with you forever.
What's the biggest mistake beginner creators make?
Expecting money too soon.
If you had to eat one cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Of late, I've started loving something that I hated as a child, the Konkani food. My mother would make dali tove and some panna curry on a daily basis every other day.
Papad, chutney, and
Yes, all
everything.
that. But right now, after what, about 3 decades and more, I've again started to love that food again. Are you a foodie?
I would say. I love eating food, but I cannot eat a lot of food. It depends on my mood.
Hmm. What's your favorite?
I love Mangalorean food, so I would always stick to ghee roast. So I'll ask you some Gen Z lingos. Let's see how much you know about it.
All right, this is going to be tough.
8.
I know it, but I'm not able to say it. She did a good job, and she kind of got the
She
limelight.
did an amazing
Thing job.
job.
Yeah, she got the limelight.
Good,
Yeah.
good. How about main character energy?
Someone who's the center, someone who's the center of. Yeah.
Correct, correct. Green flag.
Green flag is definitely a yes kind of a person who's good, who's, yeah. who has
Nowadays, I
all
guess
the-
a lot of people also say like green forest.
Yes.
He's a green forest.
All right, I have one with me. I've married one.
Done. That's it.
Okay, I'm not bad then.
Yeah, you are like 9 out of 10. What do you think about all these sign languages now? People talking about they do clock it and all of that. So, what do you think about it?
It's fun. It's fun in a way.
So, do you also like
I have a lot of Gen Z friends who tell me, in case I give them a little bit of work, they're like, you're giving me BT and all those things. So it's fun. It's cute.
Thank you so much for coming here, and it was a really great time having you here, and we had an amazing conversation.
Thank you, Ria. I had fun as well, and this amazing food. The ramen was one of the nicest I've had. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for being the first guest of No Cap podcast. And let's end it up here and just say bye to you. Can do something like this, and I'll be doing this.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll go the Gen Z way.
3, 2, 1. Yay! Send love. That's it for today's episode of No Cap. We've got plenty more real conversation coming your way every Friday. So stay tuned until next time. Take care and stay real. Peace. I'll eat and start. Done. Yeah.